The year was 1999. Nearly a decade had passed since the band set off on their fateful mission to lasso the music world by the neck, a mission which had been a success.
They were amazing, and I just was like, they're gonna be huge.
After signing to the mighty Global Mogul Records for a reportedly enormous fee, the band recorded their first album, cleverly titled Self-Titled.
The first album was just hauntingly beautiful.
That record was big. It was in heavy rotation.
You'd just be in awe of when you saw them effortlessly play it live.
On the verge of huge mainstream success, the band prepared for their first stadium show at the Mondo Dome in Chicago, Illinois.
The thing about a big show is that it's very scary. It's just make or break at that point. Can you get through it? Are you going to choke, or are you just going to bring it?
With the stakes this high, would the band flop like a bad pizza joint? Or, like a good pizza joint, would they deliver? Despite their nerves, the band kicked off their big arena show with a monster performance. Like a caged animal in heat, the drummer clawed directly into the crowd's hearts. The crowd was in a frenzy, cheering and shrieking non-stop. I mean, honestly, it was kind of annoying. After an epic performance at the Mondo Dome, the band had become bigger and hotter than the Sierra Madre Mountains.
That band was huge. They were the thing, the biggest thing at that moment.
My mom called me and she was all excited that I was touring with them. Then, the guitar player got on the phone and asked my mom out on a date. And she said yes. Then they went out for all-you-can-eat pasta.
Reveling in their global name recognition, the band had become a live wire, hissing and spitting rock and roll voltage.
Oh man, the partying? They were trashing hotel rooms, spending money left and right. They were living it up. Constant drama.
This band is never allowed back at the Verb Hotel.
They tipped me $1,700 on a $12 bill.
The singer paid me $9,000 to change my name to Hot Dog Jones. I had student loans, so...
So they really liked how the record came out, and they bought me an island. It's not a particularly nice island. There's a lot of snakes, but still.
But this live wire also shocked anyone who got in their way. May 17th, 2000. The band is offered a headliner slot on Cruisin' for a Bruisin', a notoriously out-of-control rock and roll-themed cruise liner.
Those cruises were out of hand. I once saw a guy chug like 5 sodas. Not even diet!
Yeah, I mean, there's partying, and then there's partying.
But would the band sail into the sunset, or would the show be a titanic disaster? The show was off to a tremendous start, but could the band keep up the momentum? The band's performance was slaying the cruising crowd. It seemed like nothing could possibly go wrong. It was the drummer's blistering beat ballet that really brought the crowd to their knees. Aboard the cruise liner, the band gave a performance to remember. But little did they know that out in the crowd, a storm was brewing that everyone would soon be desperate to forget.
It was a living nightmare.
Sometimes I closed my eyes and I could still hear the screaming.
Thanks to one partygoer's lax hand-washing hygiene and the single set of tongs at the ham hut, the crowd experienced a devastating norovirus epidemic.
Man, there was just poop everywhere.
And people were barfing everywhere too. Because of all the poop.
It was wretched smelling. I mean, people started calling them the poop band. It was brutal. I can't imagine living through something like that.
Shocked and devastated, the band was at a crucial crossroads of uncertainty. June 3rd, 2000. Haunted by the horrors they had witnessed aboard the Cruisin' for a Bruisin', the band plotted a course for spiritual healing.
They really needed a way to forget what they had seen.
Hoping for a fresh start, the band sought the guidance of a trendy healer mystic known as Swami Ben.
Swami Ben Goldstein, a very interesting figure. He was very charismatic, had lots of followers.
Yeah, the band was really into that spiritual stuff.
After several weeks of spiritual rehabilitation, the band agreed to play a show for the guru's many devotees. The band's first song was a hit with the crowd, if their lecherous hippie flailing was any indication. The band had the crowd in the palm of their hands, but palms can sometimes be slippery. It was the drummer's blistering beat ballet that really brought the crowd to their knees. Though they tried to focus, the band gave a flustered performance, distracted by concern that Swami Ben and his flock might actually be a more sinister organization than they had anticipated.
Oh yeah, they were a cult. 100%. Absolutely. Was that somehow not immediately obvious to everyone?
After fleeing the ashram, safe from the cult's clutches and back on the road, the band is blindly blindsided when tragedy viciously strikes.
It was the hardest thing any of us had ever been through.
While touring through western Pennsylvania, the band's worst nightmare comes true when their beloved merch boy Trevor unexpectedly passes away.
We all loved Trevor so much. It was so painful.
When Trevor died, it was beyond devastating. It was soul-crushing.
Yeah, I didn't die. They forgot I was in the bathroom at the truck stop and they left without me. That was the 4th worst day of my life.
I remember one night asking them if they wanted to order pizza, and they were like, no, let's get wings. It's what Trevor would have wanted.
I don't even like wings. Make your hands all gross.
While still grieving the loss of their revered merch boy,
Trevor, man. R.I.P.
the band is dealt a crushing blow when they learn that, amid all the drama, they have been dropped from their label.
They were barely holding it together.
It was bad. It was not good.
But would the new year turn things around for the band? Or would 2003 be the year that the band called it quits on their oversized flip phones? That's up next on Beneath the Tunage.